Welcome to a second update today, and we're going to cover a coin that has been going up heavily, and we're going to cover it because there's something special about it today, and that's why we are discussing ApeCoin. But before we're going to continue, make sure to subscribe beneath, like this YouTube update, and also follow me on Twitter and Instagram, where you can find daily content on the markets. And also, if you want to stay tuned on assets that you can be buying or selling, how to build on your portfolio, check out our premium membership that is in the description beneath. Also, do not forget to follow the newsletter, which is 3 times an issue a week. We discuss everything in the markets there, and we also include some setups that you might be looking for. And we included ApeCoin when we had the opportunity to buy it at $18.50, which gave a bounce of 35%. So if you want to have a very easy gateway into crypto, check out the newsletter in the description beneath. 3 times a week, $15 a month, very easy to follow. The coin that we're discussing is ApeCoin, and there are several reasons why it's going up like crazy. First of all, the community is insane. The Bored Apes and Mutant Apes are going up with the floor price all the time. I even want to get some myself, but I'm still debating which one I want to get. But if I get one, I'll be informing you, of course. Now, there's also something special happening today, which is the land sale, which is the other side Metaverse from Yuga Labs. Yuga Labs is known from CryptoPunks and the Bored Ape Yacht Club, and they have created the other side Metaverse, and they are going to do a plot or land sale today. About 200k of those plots will be sold, and the price for it will be $300 each. Now, the price is not the issue. I think that if you hold ApeCoin and you're going to get your spot into that Metaverse, I think you're going to do very well from an investment perspective. But now, if you're looking to get into a trade for ApeCoin or want to invest into ApeCoin, that is where it starts to change a little bit here, because you might want to, will be seeing a sell-off after the land sale take place. But if you hold ApeCoin, you're going to get a chance to get into that other side Metaverse, which will be starting today, which will guarantee or could guarantee for you a spot in the other side Metaverse. That's why the buying has been taking place heavily recently, and it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. If the asset goes up in value, the sale of the Metaverse will get more momentum, and because of that, the community is building heavier and heavier, and traders are going to jump into ApeCoin at that point, given that ApeCoin is one of the only coins doing really well. It's actually a hedge against the weakness of Bitcoin at this stage. And we've also been discussing why Bitcoin might be exploding in the coming months, discussed on the on-chain analysis update just a few hours ago. But GMT and ApeCoin are the only assets that have been doing really well recently, and that is why the volume is shifting towards those coins, and that's why you want to be trading those a little bit more as well. So when we're looking at the volume of ApeCoin and the momentum right now, we have seen a new all-time high a few days ago, and we can still see one today because of the land sale taking place. But what's going to happen next? That's the ultimate question. Last news that came out for ApeCoin was the fact that they will be used as a payment method on Opensea. Not the only one, there are multiple ones you can use there, but ApeCoin is added to the assets there, which gives another use case for that cryptocurrency, and I think they are doing really well. But I've been seeing this often in the markets. Buy the rumors, sell the news concept. The coin is being bought to actually use for the land sale that we're going to get later on. I think that there are way more holders of the coin than plots that can be bought. So when the plot is or the sale is done, the ones that did not get in are most likely going to sell their position because they only want to use the ApeCoin asset to be buying it for that land sale. Then there is another option, which is that the buying power will be decreasing because right now the buying power is being used for that sale and the land sale of the other side Metaverse. So instead of more buying power, less sell power, we've switched towards more sell power than more buy power. So if I would be saying or argumenting to actually look for an investment opportunity right now, I think it's debatable. I think you should not be looking for this one at this stage. If you want to be trading it, of course, high volume, that's where you want to get into it. That's what we're going to discuss in the next chapter, in which we're going to cover the levels that we could be trading ApeCoin. So when we're looking at the price action of ApeCoin, I think we can conclude that since the actual hype around the Metaverse started, it has been going crazy. We have been running up or breaking through 13 bucks. We have been running to 17 to take out those highs here. Got a bearish divergence, dropped towards the next level of $13 again, made a nice run up, and then we started to flip levels for support. So if you're looking at the TA, it's very clear how it is being used here. We got a support resistance flip at $13.60. We got another one at 16 bucks. And then we got another one with the previous highs here around $17.50, in which I started to look at levels that we could be running into when we saw this big explosion taking place. So in this case, we had a big vertical move, no real tests of the previous levels, and that's why I argumented to look for day trade opportunities in the first green block here. Which ultimately gave a bounce all the way towards this block here. There was also a shorting opportunity. And now I was also saying on the higher time frames, hey, why are we not looking at $18.40 or $19.40? Primarily the level at $18.40, because that was the level where we started to break out nicely. And if you want to look for longs, that is probably the regions where you want to go to. And that's what we covered in the newsletter as well. Big 40% bounce. And now the tricky part begins. Because if you're looking at the daily time frame, of course, we are on log scale here. It looks like we're getting a little bit topped out. So based on the daily time frame and ultimately also the valuation of ApeCoin at this point, I would not be diving into it too much. When we are going to look at the 1 hour time frame or even the lower time frames, there's a few opportunities here. First of all, the land sale is going to happen within the next hour. So it's debatable whether we can get in this range again. If we get anywhere close towards $24 plus, 24 to 27, I think I want to look for short opportunities here, because I'm going to target the levels at 18 bucks again, and then I'm expecting us to draw or correct even more, just like we have been doing here. So that's what I'm looking at first. If you want to look for a bounce play for longs, this is the first region in which we take out the lows here, have a short-term bounce towards probably around 23 bucks, and then we start to die down. That is what I'm looking at right now. The question is, how far is this gonna go when we get towards the land sale? I primarily believe that we've just reached the top of the ApeCoin at this point, but if we get anywhere in this region here, I'm going to look for short opportunities, and if we bounce south, I'm going to look for some scalp longs on those regions to just have some gains, which I'll just trade for scalp trade opportunities, which is approximately 10 to 15%. I'm not assuming we're gonna get a lot of momentum again. I think that if you want to look for swing opportunities, you have to see how the reaction is gonna be around $18.50. And especially with the land sale happening, I think we're getting close towards the top on that one. That's the update, the additional updates for today. Make sure to subscribe beneath. I'll be back tomorrow with an altcoin that I'm looking at to actually invest in, because it's a concept that I really like. But before that, also make sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Don't do stupid shit. Always keep smiling. Enjoy the weekend, and I'll see you again tomorrow.